So I think majority of people in the United States are Christian. I didn't do no fact checking on this. Let me Wikipedia, Google, somebody get me right real quick. Is Christianity? Hold on. Is Christianity the largest religion, the biggest religion? Ooh, I can't spell. In the United States. Well, that's all I need to see. So Christianity is probably the largest religion in the United States. But, let's preface it with this. Every religion is divided, and it's all type of stuff in every religion, right? So, these people believe one thing, these people believe another thing, but they all under the same thing, all under the same religion. Christianity is weird to me, man, because it's so divided, and it's so many difference of opinions, so many different sects within Christianity. It's so many different thought processes about stuff. It just blow my mind, man. Like how can this one thing have so many different things, and it's all stemming from one book? Like music, jazz, let's say jazz. This is a broad example, but jazz is such a broad thing. But it's different books to learn from. It's different players to learn from. It's different. Everybody's way of thinking is not going to be the same. But the Bible is the Bible. Like, I don't get it. The Bible is the Bible, and God said what he said in the Bible. And like these people who wrote it, they wrote what they wrote. Like, no matter how you translate it or whatever, it's there. So how can so many people see it and just take what they want to take from it? That's really not the point of what I'm trying to make. Christianity is so divided. Between white and black people, it's so divided. You can come down south and you can go to 10 churches. It's probably 10 churches in the same area, probably 20 churches in the same area. And it's like Sunday sometimes is the most segregated day of the week. It's sometimes literally the most segregated day of the week. Like the white people are going to go to their church, black people are going to go to their church. But the goal is we all supposed to be worshiping the same God. Please, side note, please don't take what I'm saying as I don't believe in God, I don't believe in Christianity. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at now in my belief. Took me a super long time. I mean, like a ridiculously long time to get to the belief I'm in, man. Like, you can't tell me that God ain't real. Unfortunately, you can't tell me that Jesus Christ ain't real. Well, not unfortunately, but you just can't tell me that. And maybe unfortunately, some people who watch this and be like, damn, man, I thought he was Muslim, or I thought he was Islam, or nah, man. You can't tell me he ain't real. So it's like, how do we get to this place of you believe one thing and I believe another thing, but it's all stemming from this? So you got this, the segregation, black people, white people, is divided in that aspect, and that's big too. But then you stem it, you go down further, and you look at it, and the black people are even more divided. I can't speak on white Christianity. I don't know about white Christianity, so I'm not going to put myself in their business. I can only speak about the business that I see all the time. Black Christians are so divided. What made me think of this, I was scrolling in so I had to watch my niece probably last week, not last week, the week before that. My sister ended up going to the Juanita Bynum concert. I mean, not concert, conference. She actually went to the conference. She loves Juanita Bynum. Loves her. Watches her probably every day. Her and like this woman named Prophetess, I think it's Prophetess Jamila. Who else? I think she Apostle Rodney Beard. And then her I don't know if it is her pastor, I forgot her pastor name. It just left me. Empress Bolden. So that's her pastor. So that's kind of like what she under every day. She watches all this stuff every day. But she actually went to the conference. So I'm scrolling because I knew once my sister went to this conference, she wasn't gonna be like texting, she wasn't gonna be calling. So I didn't expect anything from that. But I'm scrolling Facebook. I see Juanita Bynum has this freaking water gun filled with oil, filled with and not vegetable oil, but olive oil. It's filled with olive oil, man. But in the black community, we call that thing holy oil. Holy oil. My mama kept a thing of olive oil, a little thing of olive oil in that house. My sister keep it too. I walked in my sister's house probably a month ago, and this girl trying to, she get to go. I told her, girl, if you don't get up off me, girl, I love you, but get up off me now. We ain't in church. I don't need all that right now. God. Whatever God's saying to you, he ain't said it to me. And I know I'm all right out here. But, so that's going. I see this, and then I see the internet go crazy. Boom. And you automatically see the polarizing sides of belief. Todd Delaney, he says, he was actually there. He seen how powerful she is. I'm paraphrasing whatever he says. He see how powerful she is, and like people who ain't won 5 souls for God or Jesus always got the most to say about people who actually are doing that. Then you see people talking about her saying she's wrong, she does too much, she's blase. And it just creates a shitstorm of unnecessary opinions. Like, is she extra? She is absolutely extra. I'm extra. I get on here and holler and yell every doggone week. Stephen A. get on First Take and holler and yell every day. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. You have to be extra sometimes to get your point across for people to understand what you're talking about. You have to be extra, right? That's just how life works, man. Like, I remember when I was in high school, my band director, he's Cajun, so he's like, they really like are extra, right? He was a Cajun dude. He asked me like, "Why you always talk with your hands? Why you always talk with your hands?" Like, dude, that's just how it works in my community. Anyway, that was a side note. But yeah, she's extra, man. She's super extra. But most people who are like great orators and stuff like that, they are extra. Eric Thomas, go watch an Eric Thomas speech. He's very extra. Watch Deion Sanders speak. As much as I said Deion was wrong for leaving Jackson State and everything he's done, go watch Deion amp them boys up. He's extra. He dancing, he talking, he's serious, all this stuff. Who else? TD Jakes. Go watch TD Jakes. Man, that's one of the best speakers you'll ever hear in your life. Miles Monroe. He don't just speak in a monotone voice the whole time you watching him. No, these people, you have to be drawn in some type of way. They have to captivate you in some type of way. So is she extra? Yes. Is the gun extra? It's extremely extra. You don't need that to win over a soul for God. You don't need that. God already said what God needed to be said. He has already said what needed to be said. He can win them over himself, but you can win them over. You don't need no gun. But like, is the extra dumb conversations necessary about what she's doing and what she's not doing? Is she winning people? This tough. This tough what I'm about to say. This tough what I'm about to say. She may have a selfish reason when doing all this. Who knows? Nobody knows her true heart and intentions except the people who are extremely close to her. Extremely close. She may have some selfish intention. But who's to say God can't use her with this selfish intention and win souls? It's a lot of bad people out here winning souls every day, every Sunday. It's a lot of bad people. A lot of bad people, man. It's a lot of bad people that are winning souls every week. Because they're good. They're good orators. They're good talkers. They know how the mind works. Some of these prophets, apostles, preachers, pastors, they have studied the mind. So they know how the mind works. They've read stuff like 48 Laws of Power, the 5 Agreements or the 4 Agreements. They read all these books. They know how the mind works, man. They know how to talk to people. They know how to convince people to do whatever they need them to do. So a lot of horrible people out here who have took that stuff and used it to their advantage. But they're still winning souls for God. Who's to say God won't, if you're that soul they want, who's to say God won't use you in spite of them? We never know. So it's like at the core of everything. Like I get it, principalities and stuff like, well, they preaching about this wrong, but at the core of everything, man, as long as they leading you to God, it don't matter. It shouldn't matter, bro. It shouldn't matter. Now, if they telling you do some crazy stuff with your life, they telling you do all this extra stuff, look, I understand. Now we got an argument, but if they not telling you what to do with your personal life outside of how you should live and treat people and how you should reverence God, hey, man, we at the core of it, we just need to stop all this dumbass arguing. Put yourself in the shoes. This is why I've been asking people, man. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who, let's say, you were born in Morocco. Or no, Morocco. Say you were born in Morocco. You move here at the age of 15. You never heard about Jesus Christ your whole life. You've never heard about Jesus Christ in the 15 years you've been living. You get over here, you get around, 15 is too young. Let me change that age. Say you 19, 20. You get over here, you get around other young adults who are following Jesus Christ. But you begin to, and now they're trying to convince you, or not, convince is a strong word. They're telling you about the gospel of Jesus Christ, man. And you see how these people who are professing to be this, how they argue with each other or other people that are also followers of Jesus Christ. You see how they argue. Would you want to join that? Literally, take yourself out of the body you've been living in. For a second, close your eyes and have a good imagination for once. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who lived 18 to 19 to 20 years, didn't ever hear about Jesus Christ. They only heard about blase God, whatever that God is. They get around you get around some people who is a follower of Jesus Christ, and you see that they argue over the dumbest thing. They treat each other so bad. They don't speak to each other. I'm bad about not speaking to people, but it's because I be nervous. Well, they see that you don't speak to each other. They see that you don't help each other out. They see that it's all these homeless people in the world, and it's a whole party of the United States, a whole Republican Party that claims that they're followers of Jesus Christ and they want to live the laws of the land, need to follow the Bible. But there's so many homeless people and they're making people keep babies from rape. What are we talking about? Would you want to follow that? You would not want to follow that, man. You would not. That keep me away from that until you have your own personal experience. with the God that they're telling you about. Now, when you have your own personal experience, it may change. But just off them talking to you, you wouldn't want to do that. You would not want to join that. And it kills me the fact that we don't see that. I really don't think nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Because people may see it, but like they just don't voice it. They don't voice it like, why we like this? Why are we like this? Like you have to dress up to come to church. You have to have on the nicest clothes and to be accepted when you come and all this. Like, bro, that shit don't matter, man. Excuse me for cussing. But I don't think shit was a bad word in the Bible, but I may be wrong. I ain't the most knowledgeable about everything in the Bible. This is really just off my feelings. Because I see it all the time. I see preachers and like stuff throw shots at each other on Facebook, and it's like, dude, what are you, bro? What are we talking about? Like, y'all beefing? Pastors, preachers, apostles, y'all beefing? Y'all, is it really that serious? It's not that serious, bro. Like, yo, just because he don't, why you beefing with him? I have no idea, man. I'm just confused. And then like church musicians, black church musicians, biggest beef. For the last month, it's been a whole thing about transposing. Now, mind you, my opinion on transposing, I think you suck. And let me take that back. Because I know some dudes who transpose who are killers. And it blow my mind. I mean, like, they are absolute killers. But it's like, bro, so I won't say you suck, but I will say, hey, bro, take the time out and just figure out how to play in every key. It won't hurt you. You got the time. Musicians like to say we busy every day. We not busy every day. Hey, let me be the first one to say it. Musicians, we are not busy every day. I don't care how many records you cutting, what you doing. Sometimes we chilling. You riding somewhere, or you doing something, or you at home chilling. Take a little 30 minutes to figure out a key. That's all. But in transposing, it's been a big argument about transposing. Like, fam, is it that big of a deal? Is it that big of a deal in church? Is it that big of a deal? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really care about if you transposing in church. Now, if we get to playing Autumn Leaves or Fly Me to the Moon, you know, stuff that, I put you on the grand piano and say, let's play in C, and you like, I only play in E. I only play in A flat. And it's a little weird. Now that's when it get weird, the weirdest to me. If you get on an instrument that can't transpose, and you like, I can't do it. Bro. You know, I seen a post about bass players tuning the A and B flat and, all right, bro, none of this matters, bro. Man, that's crazy I'm saying that, because I'm on a podcast. This stuff needs to matter to me. I should want to talk about this, but in the grand scheme of life, that stuff don't matter, bro. It really don't matter. It really don't matter. So, and why are we arguing about that? Why is this dividing us even more within something that's already divided? It don't matter. Don't matter. It really don't. In the grand scheme, it don't matter. Trust me. Don't trust me. Because if people saying, well, you transposing, I can't put you on no record. They weren't going to put you on the record in the first place. Or if you don't tune your bass to B flat or A, and that's a big problem, they weren't gonna put you on the record in the first place. Or if you don't do such and such, or you only use minor and they want Sabian, they want if that's the big crutch or something, they weren't gonna use you anyway. So it don't even matter in the grand scheme, man. I don't want to ramble on too much longer on this, but I just know that Christianity is super divided, and I'm sure every religion, Islam Islam is super divided because you got Middle Eastern Islam, and you got Nation of Islam, which is the black people in America, and then in black people that's divided. So like you got all this stuff. Sure, it's more religions that are divided, but man, then you got different forms of Judaism. You got Reform, Orthodox. You got the different forms. So I don't want to say it like, man, Christianity is the only divided religion. No, this is the only religion. I'm a part of this religion, so it's weird to me. It's super weird. And we're all reading the same book. I may be reading an NIV, you may be reading the King James Version, or somebody may be reading the Standard Version. We all reading the same book, man. And the book pretty much say the same thing with a few different words. So how are we so divided? If we all follow this book, we'll be fine. Anyway, I got two more things I want to talk about.